Hare Krishna devotees, Dhanavatspanam. Welcome to our Srimad Bhagavatam Stutis series. Continuing with Rudra Gita, today's shloka is shloka number 36, chapter 24 of Canto 4. Namo Namo Niruddhaya
Namo Namo Niruddhaya
Rishikeshendriyatmane
Rishikeshendriyatmane
Namah Paramahamsaya
Namah Paramahamsaya
Purnaya Nibhritatmane.
Purnaya Nibhritatmane.
Word for word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Namaha,
Namaha.
all my obeisances unto you.
All my obeisances unto you.
Namaha,
Namaha.
obeisances again.
Obeisances again.
Aniruddhaya,
Aniruddhaya.
unto Lord Aniruddha.
Unto Lord Aniruddha.
Rishikesha,
Rishikesha,
the master of the senses.
the master of the senses.
Indriya Atmane,
Indriya Atmani,
the director of the senses.
the director of the senses.
Namaha,
Namaha.
all obeisances unto you.
All obeisances unto you.
Paramahamsaya,
Paramahamsaya,
unto the Supreme Perfect.
unto the Supreme Perfect.
Purnaya,
Purnaya,
unto the Supreme Complete.
unto the Supreme Complete.
Nibhrita Atmane,
Nibhrita Atmani,
who is situated apart from this material creation.
who is situated apart from this material creation.
Translation, my Lord,
My Lord,
as the supreme directing deity known as Aniruddha,
as the supreme directing deity known as Aniruddha,
you are the master of the senses
you are the master of the senses
and the mind.
and the mind.
I therefore offer my obeisances unto you again and again.
I therefore offer my obeisances unto you again and again.
You are known as Ananta
You are known as Ananta
as well as Sankarshana
as well as Sankarshana
because of your ability to destroy the whole creation
because of your ability to destroy the whole creation
by the blazing fire from your mouth.
by the blazing fire from your mouth.
Reading from Srila Prabhupada's purport, Hrishikeshindriyatmane, the mind is the director of the senses, and Lord Aniruddha is the director of the mind. In yesterday's shloka, we read that the director of integration and disintegration is Sankarshana. The director of intelligence is Pradyumna. Today we are reading that the director of the mind is Aniruddha. And the director of all of the creation, all of the material ingredients is Vasudeva. So here, Lord Shiva is bowing down to the director of the mind, Lord Aniruddha. Prabhupada writes, in order to execute devotional service, one has to fix his mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. Therefore, Lord Shiva prays to the controller of the mind, Lord Aniruddha, to be pleased to help him engage his mind on the lotus feet of the Lord. So Aniruddha is also an expansion of the Lord who controls the mind, and Lord Shiva is very nicely praying and glorifying the various aspects of the Lord. He is expressing his utter dependence on the Lord, even to engage his mind in Krishna consciousness. So we too, when we pray every day, we also seek shelter of the entire Guru Parampara and all of the Vaishnavas in order for us to make any progress on the path of bhakti. Example, we were talking about Raghunath Das Goswami yesterday. Raghunath Das Goswami wants to run away from home and directly serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He attempted it many times, but he failed. Until he goes to the Panihati festival, and Lord Nityananda chastises him, saying that Acha, you are trying to serve my master without serving me. So you should always seek the shelter and blessings of Guru before you undertake anything. Anything, whether it is mundane, whether it is exalted, transcendental, it doesn't matter. The mood of the Vaishnava is that I am completely dependent on the other Vaishnavas, my Guru, the Guru Parampara, in order for me to make any progress. So we may say, if Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, why should we try and appease or approach anybody else? Because Krishna himself has said, depend on me. The simple reason is that Krishna is no doubt merciful, but more merciful than Krishna are his devotees. There is a very nice conversation between Krishna and Arjuna, where Krishna is telling Arjuna, my dear Partha, one who claims to be my devotee is not so. Only a person who claims to be the devotee of my devotee is actually my devotee. So Krishna himself is indicating clearly that we have to take shelter of the devotees. Imagine if we ask for the prayers and blessings of all of the Vaishnavas so that we may progress on the spiritual path, that sum total of that blessings that we get is so enormous, we cannot imagine. So if everyone is causing their merciful glance upon me, then maybe Krishna will be instigated to shower his mercy upon me. So the first thing is to depend on devotees. Yes, we say we must have faith in Krishna and we must become completely dependent on Krishna. And Krishna himself says in chapter 9, the last shloka, 34th shloka, Man mana bhavamad bhakto madhya jimam namaskuru mam evaishyasi yuktvaivam atmanam matparayanaha. Krishna is saying, your mind should be absorbed in me. So here Lord Shiva is praying to the Lord of the mind, Aniruddha, so that his mind can be absorbed in Krishna. So Krishna is anyway telling us that we should always engage our mind in thinking of him. We should become his devotee. We should offer our obeisances to him. We should worship him. In this way, you will become completely absorbed in me, Krishna says. And when you become completely absorbed in me, then it is only natural that you will go back to Krishna. But what is interesting is Krishna is also saying in the 15th chapter, the 15th shloka, Mattasmritar jnanam apohanam cha. Remembrance, knowledge, forgetfulness, all of it is coming from Krishna. So the mercy to remember Krishna also is coming from Krishna only. So Krishna himself has to give you the mercy to remember him. But as Vaishnavas, we seek the shelter, mercy and blessings of fellow Vaishnavas, senior Vaishnavas, Guru Parampara, so that we may make some small progress on the path of spirituality. So Prabhupada writes, in order to execute devotional service, one has to fix his mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. Therefore, Lord Shiva prays to the controller of the mind, Lord Aniruddha, to be pleased to help him engage his mind on the lotus feet of the Lord. So you cannot approach the Lord directly. And Prabhupada is referencing the shlokas that we just talked about. It is stated in Bhagavad Gita 9.34, Man mana bhavamad bhakto madhya jimam namaskuru. The mind has to be engaged in meditation on the lotus feet of the Lord in order to execute devotional service. It is also stated in the Bhagavad Gita 15.15, Matta smritar jnanam apohanam cha. From the Lord come remembrance, knowledge and forgetfulness. Thus, if Lord Aniruddha is pleased, he can help the mind engage in the service of the Lord. It is also indicated in this verse that Lord Aniruddha is the sun god by virtue of his expansions. Since the predominating deity of the sun is an expansion of Lord Aniruddha, Lord Shiva also prays to the sun god in this verse. So not only is Lord Aniruddha the controller of the mind, but he is also the sun god himself, Surya Narayana. Lord Krishna, by his quadruple expansion, Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha, is the Lord of cyclic action, namely thinking, feeling, willing, and acting. Lord Shiva prays to Lord Aniruddha as the sun god, who is the controlling deity of the external material elements which constitute the construction of the material body. So they say, no, if you want good health, you have to do, you have to worship Surya Narayana. I do Surya Namaskar if you want good health. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura, the word Paramahamsa is also another name for the sun god. The sun god is addressed herein as Nibhritatmane, which indicates that he always maintains the various planets by manipulating the rainfall. The sun is responsible for rain because it's through the sun that water evaporates and then it comes down as condensation in the form of rain. So there is so much of this universe that is completely dependent on the sun god. So we have to propitiate the sun god so that he may take care of us very nicely. So little too much rain, crops are damaged. Too little rain, crops don't grow. So too much and too little of anything is really not useful for us. So the sun god is, we are very dependent on the sun god just for the environment and the atmosphere and the various seasons that we are dependent on. So Vedic civilization teaches us that we should pray. We should be dependent so that we may have peaceful life so that we can perform Krishna consciousness activities. So if we don't have a peaceful life, it's hard to focus on Krishna also. Sometimes if your mind is too disturbed, it's almost impossible for you to even think about Krishna. There is a verse in the Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 22, shloka number 41, verse 141, that goes as follows. Devarshi bhutapta nrinam pitrinam na kinkaranayam rine charajan sarvatmana yas sharanam sharanyam gato mukundam parhitya kartum. This particular shloka translates as follows. One who has given up all material duties and taken full shelter at the lotus feet of Mukunda, who gives shelter to all, is not indebted to the demigods, great sages, ordinary living beings, relatives, friends, mankind, or even one's forefathers who have passed away. Actually, this is a reference to the shloka in Bhagavatam only, but it is coming in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So although those who are surrendered to the lotus feet of the Lord do not carry any debt to the demigods or to the elders or to the sages, etc., etc. Still, because we've not reached that stage of purity, we should at the minimum propitiate for the mercy and blessings of fellow Vaishnavas and the Guru Parampara so that we may make progress. So when we try to control material nature, it causes a lot of problems. Extremities happen. But when we become dependent on the Lord, then the Lord himself will supply us everything. We need not worry about anything. So how do Vaishnavas please the Devatas? When we are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, automatically the Devatas are pleased. Our forefathers are pleased. Therefore, we are not indebted. So Prabhupada says, Lord Krishna, by his quadruple expansion, Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha, is the Lord of psychic action, namely thinking, feeling, willing, and acting. Lord Shiva prays to Lord Aniruddha as the sun god, who is the controlling deity of the external material elements, which constitute the construction of the material body. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the word Paramahamsa is also another name for the sun god, and the sun god is addressed as Nibhritatmane, which means that he is maintaining the various planets by manipulating the rainfall. The sun god evaporates water from the seas and oceans and then forms the water into clouds and distributes it over land. When there is sufficient rainfall, grains are produced. And these grains maintain living entities in each and every planet. The sun god is also addressed herein as Purna, or complete, because the rays emanating from the sun have no end. For millions and millions of years since the creation of this universe, the sun god has been supplying heat and light without diminution, meaning without any decrease. The word Paramahamsa is applied to persons who are completely cleansed. When there is sufficient sunshine, the mind remains clear and transparent. In other words, the sun god helps the mind of the living entity to become situated on the platform of Paramahamsa. So if you want your mind to be clean, you should worship Aniruddha for clarity. Yeah. So, but unfortunately, the Lord is ready to help you, but we decline his help in every single step. The Lord is very happy to sit in your heart and clean your consciousness, clean the filth that has been accumulated there. But we decline his help. Thus, Lord Shiva prays to Aniruddha to be kind upon him so that his mind will always be in that perfect state of cleanliness and will be engaged in the devotional service of the Lord. Just as fire sterilizes all unclean things, the sun god also keeps everything sterilized, especially dirty things within the mind, thus enabling one to attain elevation to the platform of spiritual understanding. So our mood is that I am desperate for the mercy of everyone. I'm desperate for the prayers of all of the other devotees. I am dependent on the other devotees to make even small progress, small steps on the path of devotional service. So you can see how Lord Shiva, in the shlokas that we have covered so far, the 4 shlokas that we have covered, he is glorifying the Lord and expressing his utter dependence on the Lord for him to even to worship him. So in the Bhagavatam, there is a shloka that says, Shrinvatam svakatah Krishnaha Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridyantastho Hyabhadrani Vidhunoti Suhrit Satam. Prabhupada very often quotes the shloka. The shloka's translation is Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, the super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. So even to clean ourselves, we are dependent on Krishna, because we cannot do that cleaning on our own. There is a very wonderful pastime since we spoke about Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Even though he has received the instruction that he should write about Mahaprabhu's leelas and pastimes, he still feels he's not sufficiently empowered. So he goes begging for the mercy and blessings of all of the junior Vaishnavas, his equals, senior Vaishnavas, and he says, without your blessings, I cannot start on such a transcendental seva. So such humility, even though Madan Mohan himself had blessed him to go and write, still he took the time to approach all of the other Vaishnavas and to get their blessings before he undertook this most auspicious task of writing about the Supreme Lord's pastimes. And that is what we read today as Chaitanya Charitamrita. So even great devotees are exhibiting to us time and time again what should be the mood with which we approach our sevas. What should be the mood with which we should approach our chanting, our reading. We need devotees in order to make progress. It's as simple as that. When we try to please devotees, Krishna is automatically pleased. So here, Lord Shiva is expressing his heartfelt dependence on the Lord in these 4 shlokas before he begins to actually talk about the importance of bhakti.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.